Hello, welcome to Sound and Fury Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today I'm doing a book review of Below the Grand Hotel by Cat Scully. This is a book coming out May 6th, 2025. It's a horror fantasy from Clash Books. I received this arc from NetGalley in exchange for a fair review. I've requested quite a few of Clash Books books and I've never been approved, so I'm very happy to get one finally. I actually got another one too that's coming out later in the year, so I'll be reviewing that one. Anyway, a blend of 1920s style and demonic horror, Below the Grand Hotel is a labyrinthine story of a young woman coming into her own. What is it about? Mabel Rose Dixon will do anything to become a Siegfried girl, including picking the pockets of the wealthy NYC elite to fund her way to stardom. When she picks the wrong pocket, Mabel loses her soul to a hotel run by demons and tumbles into the world of the Grand Hotel, a place where any artist can make it big. Mabel's greatest wish to be famous is granted. Every night she performs as the starring act to a crowded theater and finds she is never without patrons. But Mabel quickly learns that losing her soul to get everything she ever wanted becomes at a much steeper cost than what she bargained for. She must steal her soul back before the Grand's annual May Eve ball or become a demon herself forever. This book had a lot of things it reminded me of. A bit of Hades and Persephone, a little bit of Orpheus, a lot of Labyrinth. It's an underworld story in a way, but a unique setting. The hotel is Art Deco glam that grows stronger and stranger as the story progresses. The descriptions, particularly of the hotel, were easy to picture, and some of the imagery was really cool. The horror aspects of the book come from the demons, as they are intent on feasting on humans and on taking souls. As such, there's a lot of gore and violence in the book. Though the book leans so heavily on the fantasy side, it's not really scary or even that disturbing because it feels so fantastical. Then again, I've read some pretty, dark and bleak stuff at times, so, there is a lot of blood in this book if that bothers you. Mabel is more understandable than likable, at least at first. You get her motives and goals, but she also starts off a weird blend of naive and overconfident. She's also quite young. Once she begins to drop the act she puts on, she's expected as a woman of the time period to be both virginal and a temptress, for example, as well as a whole bunch of other dichotomies. She grows as a character. She definitely takes matters into her own hands and drives the narrative, and I loved the 1920s slang peppered here and there. The main gist of the book is that it's a story about a woman rejecting the narrative she's forced into and making her own path under her own terms. It's really strong and it's really empowering in that regard. She changes her goals when she realizes it's not what she really wants, and while her end result wasn't exactly surprising to me, her growth was really well done. The other characters aren't as fleshed out, but they are fun to watch. Had we gotten to know them more, I think the story would have been too serious, though. While it's not a romp by any means, the book has a sort of detached vibe that keeps the horror aspects from becoming too horrific. Plot is good. It starts off quickly, and the twists at the end were a lot of fun, but I will say between around 50 and 70%, that kind of 20% of the novel, I wasn't as engaged. I'm not sure why, but the momentum sort of dropped off a little bit there, so I found myself struggling to kind of get back into it and to stay focused. But once I kind of pushed through to the climax is really, really good. Likewise, while the descriptions are strong, the writing is a little bit heavy-handed. There's a lot of overwriting with the author telling us stuff that should have been implied, or lines that we didn't really need to get the point across. I wonder if this is because the author's other work is for younger readers who often need themes spelled out a little bit more overtly. It wasn't super egregious, and I might only be noticing this because I happen to be an editor as well, but I did notice a few spots here and there where I was like, yeah, you didn't have to tell me this. I figured that out. Yet overall, it's a solid horror fantasy that has a really cool setting, a tough main character, and some really fun twists. I really liked it. I thought it was really unique and really cool. So thank you again to Clash Books for the e-arc. I really appreciate it, and yeah.